Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be showing you how to lower your Scion XB on a budget. I'm probably going to get a lot of dislikes for this one because we're actually cutting the springs. There's not a whole lot of videos out there to show you how to do it. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mark it so it comes out even. As you can see, we've made our mark here. It's about 1.5 coils to cut it to make sure that it falls correctly. We already did one. So when you do it, you want to cut from the bottom. Cut from the bottom, because when you cut from the bottom, and it's about, like I said, 1.5 coils, they're marked from factory and they'll have dots of some sort of some color on them. So you do 1.5 coils, that way it sits evenly and rests on the edge here like it would if you never touched it at all. So that way you don't have to worry about it flying off or anything. Be careful once you do it, because obviously it's going to be pretty hot. So then what you're going to want to do is, once you make the cut on the other side, you come to the next side and you see the red mark here. All of them have stock marks. So you're going to want to come find your mark here, line the red up with the red because it's even from factory. And I go about 2 inches and cut and make your mark here. So that way it's even and it'll fall and set the right way evenly. Okay, so once you get it lined up, you can tell we measured it with the red to the red, so it's nice and even, and it's going to come out nice and even, wrapped around, and that way your graph will be even on both sides. Also guys, please remember to wear your safety goggles and everything else to do this the proper way when you're cutting springs, because things could fly out and we don't want anybody to get hurt. So please make sure you do all protective wear when you're doing something like this. Also make sure you have the car raised up on both sides to relieve some tension off of the springs while you cut, if you plan to cut with the springs on the car and not take them off like we did. Alright, now once you come down after you cut the spring, you're going to angle it and it'll coil itself out. So as you can see, these are both pieces. I have to hold this one because he cut this one to get it off and didn't coil it off the way he did the second time. But as you guys could see, it's even. It's the exact same. Alright, so now as you can see, it sits perfectly on the lip, like we said it was going to. And as it comes down, don't worry about it looking crooked right now, because as the car comes down, it sets properly in here once you lower the car down. Okay, now after you guys bring it down some, it sets center right to the top like I said it would. evens itself out once you start bringing the car down. That's why we cut from the bottom. See, and this is the final result once it's lowered. And this video is strictly for informational purposes. It's just to show you that you can. Not everybody can afford to go and spend $500, $600 on lowering springs or coilovers or, you know, whatever the case may be. And it's not like you can never put it back. You can always go back stock if you truly wanted to. It's not overly bouncy. But it comes out nice and it's even. And sometimes when you get coilovers, you can't always get as low as you want to get with those either. So with this, it ensures that you can get as low as you possibly want. And then once you get to the back, you're going to want to take out the same thing. The same process that we did once we lowered his car with the lowering springs. You take that nut off there with a 17, and we're not changing the strut out right now. We're just cutting the springs to show you guys how to get that done. And again, even with the back spring, you're still going to want to cut from the bottom, and we'll show you why. And once you get your back spring off, the stock back spring, see they're all marked. They're all like that. You use that as your cutting point. So these have already previously been cut. See, they all have this, and it's all in the same spot. Put these back for your tops. Okay, so you're gonna want to keep your top rubbers, but these the bottoms, you don't need them anymore. Alright guys, so what I'm trying to show you is how this is the reason why you cut from the bottom, because where this sets into the bottom hole, it's not going to move. So when you put a jack or something and you bring it up, it's just going to stay compressed. It gets stuck right there. If you want, for safety precautions, right here, you can get a washer and a nut and a bolt and put it here. That way, if God forbid it did ever move, it wouldn't come flying off, because it's going to get stuck right here on the bolt when you do it, which is what we're going to be doing just for an extra safety precaution. But as you can see, it sits right here, it rests in properly. It's not going to move. It's not going to go anywhere. It gets stuck. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is the finished product. She's nice and even. It's even all the way around. Sorry for the shakiness of the camera, guys. Waiting for my GoPro to come back in. And that is how you lower your car on a budget. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Hope you liked today's video. See you next time.